Hello there, and welcome back to episode 5 of our show, The Podcast of Us, a weekly podcast covering all things The Last of Us, covering the brand new TV show and revisiting the 2 games. Just to let you know that all previous episodes are available and they are all linked down below in a fantastic playlist. My name's Matt from Mateus Players, live on Twitch right now at 7:30 every Tuesday, and I'm joined here as always with Drew from Drewdaism. Hello, Drew.
Hello, everyone.
His YouTube channel is linked down below if you like motorcycles and drone footage. He is your guy to go to. And Nathan, who has no internet footprint. Good evening, Nathan.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Everyone. Yeah, I'm not bad, man. I'm good.
Excellent. Excellent. A lovely big hello to everyone live and everyone who will be watching on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for spending the time every Tuesday evening for our podcast. This is your spoiler warning as we delve into episode 5 of The Last of Us, titled Endure and Survive, with a runtime of 59 minutes. So if you haven't watched that already, pause us, watch it. It's an hour. Skip past the ads, come back, grab a cup of tea, sit back and relax, and let's hear the guys' thoughts on episode 5, Endure and Survive. Nathan, would you like to kick us off? Just overall thoughts of the episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I really did like it.
Yeah. Nathan likey.
I like it. It had some kind of like nice moments, and it had some sad moments. And Henry and Sam, man, they absolutely nailed it, man. I couldn't have asked for a better Henry and Sam. So I was really like absorbed into kind of what they were doing. And we got action. We finally got the bloater.
Oh, yes.
The whole Kathleen arc kind of came to a head, and
it
came to an end, but yeah, it was tense in all the right places, and can't wait to get into it.
Drew, how about you? What did you think?
Yeah, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not going to go on too much about it or about my issues. But one of them was
We'll get there. It's right at the beginning. We'll get there.
No, I'm going to sum it
up.
Just quickly.
Okay, go on.
No, I'll save it. Sorry. But no, overall, I completely agree with what Nathan says. It was very well done. It was fantastic. It was an enjoyable watch. There's things I'll bring up later on, but overall, yeah, I think that is the best episode we've seen since episode 1.
Oh, bold statement.
Controversial, I know, but I don't give a fuck.
No, it's good. It's good.
That was a bit of me. I liked it. What were your thoughts, Matt?
I think this was a safe episode that the series desperately needed. Yep, they didn't push anything too crazy. It wasn't pushing boundaries of anything too mad. It was just, here's what happens in the game. We've gone a little bit off-piste here, but we're going to tie all that up in a nice little bow for the next episode. I just think it was a nice, safe episode. And like you say, I still think episode 1 will hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, a nice, safe episode, I think. Would you like me to go through the start?
I'll start, Matt.
Do you know what, Drew? I thought you would.
I'll start.
Something about a flashback, right?
Something about a flashback.
I've spoken for the past 5 episodes, sorry, about how much I fucking hate flashbacks. Okay, I do. It's no surprise, I do. I could almost tolerate this flashback because it was short enough. It was short, it was enough. But still, I ask you, what was the point of it? What was the point of it? Like, I don't mind it, flashback, fine. But we didn't learn anything. Like, even that flashback would have been completely acceptable if it was that duration, 15 minutes long, let's say, probably shorter. And if we learn why they were on the run in that flashback, but we didn't. So therefore, it was completely fucking pointless.
Well, I suppose it was kind of how Henry knew to fight, like how Henry linked up with Joel and Ellie. Like there was kind of like, how did their paths cross? That flashback kind of filled in the gaps and gave an introduction, like
who cares?
Characters as well.
Who cares?
The watchers do a great part
thinking,
of
like, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't understand, like, you know,
What? How they met the doctor that died? That we saw die in the last episode. Great.
Oh, Joel and Ellie. If they didn't have that flashback showing how the brothers met Joel and Ellie, we'd be talking about it right now, going, "Well, how the bloody hell did they meet?"
Yeah. How did they know where to find them?
What do you mean? How we'd find out how they met? Well, they met when they woke up to a gun in their face.
Yeah, because Henry was tracking them. Because he saw what was going on when the pickup crashed. He was in the area and he tracked Joel from there.
Nah, I don't need it. It's just stupid. I don't think you need it. Like I say, flashback. As far as flashbacks go in this entire series, this is the best one because it's short.
Yeah.
But it wasn't needed.
It gave an explanation as to why Sam had the kind of superhero mask on. And like when they were hiding out before, bit of background. I'm fully for this flashback.
It sounds like Nathan cares.
Where did they get the paint from?
It's up in the roof with all the crayons that they had.
Why not bring food?
They did bring food.
They did bring food.
More food.
They
wasted time.
10 days worth of food.
Paint cans. Well, they should have brought more. So hey, if we leave the paint cans, we can get an extra day's food. And he's gone. Yeah, but I want to be a superhero, dickhead.
They did comment on how it was difficult to find food. Like it wasn't easy.
Paint, bright orange paint, great, ridiculous. Anyway.
Just get that on the screen. I thought the paint was in the loft. I thought the paint was already stored up there.
Paint was already up there, I think.
Why?
Used it.
Because it's just a house. It's just someone's loft.
Just someone's home where they store paint.
Fucking Sam Frank up there, mate. I tell you, it's ridiculous. While you're up there, you know, we've all read the book. Get a bit of painting done while you're up there with your mate. Go on, mate. Sam Frank.
Well, you spoke about it a little bit in our WhatsApp group earlier, but I do think it's quite funny that the child who's deaf, you decide to nearly blind him by putting potentially lead paint across their face.
Yeah, man. Like, don't null all the senses, man. Jesus.
And at this point, when I saw what's the older brother's name? I would always get their names mixed up. When I saw Henry's backpack, I was like, that looks familiar. I was like, I know Joel doesn't have a backpack right now, and I know, and I know Henry's got a right-angle torch. So no!
Oh, mate, do you think Joel's going to pick up that torch?
He's most definitely picked up that torch. He picked up his backpack at the end of it. He's definitely picked up that torch.
I think if Drew was in this universe, he would have murdered a man for that kind of torch.
I think he would have murdered a man for less.
He's like, flashback. It's not telling me their previous stories. I'll shoot him up.
He's like, do you want to trade for that torch? And they're like, no. And he's like, as he's loading his gun. Shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, I started blasting.
Where's she lead paint for? I don't care.
Who packs paint?
Who packs paint? Why is it already there? I don't care. I jumped ahead a little bit as well. When the opening scenes of this was Kathleen's group pushing out Fedra, and
oh mate, now again, part
very well.
Yeah, part of the flashback brutal. Again.
But that's almost like you learn how brutal it was. That was almost a worthy flashback. I don't,
I found it incredible how armed they were. Like, was that Fedra? Yeah. Was that Fedra who was armed, or because these are a lot of people and they have a lot of rifles.
They did have a lot of rifles.
I think, as Drew said, like for episode 1, I think it's just America, so a lot of guns are probably about anyway.
Very true.
But on top of that, I'd imagine if they've overthrown Fedra, they've probably got access to armories and ammunition and stuff like that, just to really accelerate the last takeover. But yeah, I was
really excited because I thought, because we said last time, obviously we met Kathleen last episode, and we really wanted her to be like a really horrible person, really horrible villain. And when this all started, I was like, yeah, this is what it's like, and it's scary. You feel seeing like Fedra just be all right. Fedra are pieces of shit, whatever, but people don't deserve to have like nails.
Oh yeah, dragged behind a vehicle with like 16 knives in their backs. Like, oh my gosh!
And just like you see them like hanging them and all that. You feel like, but you feel like this would actually happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This stuff has nearly happened or has happened in the past. We just never hear about it.
So I was quite like, they've done this really well. Like Kathleen's going to be that horrible person, and I look forward to seeing her long-lasting story arc. Yeah. But hey, in true Last of Us fashion,
everything good. Everything
over an episode.
I got a good thing going, and then yeah.
But I think immediately, even though they were driving out Fedra, Like, I think it was clear, or to me anyway, watching it's been like they're not the good guys at all. Like,
you don't do the raping. We do the
yeah,
racing.
exactly. That, if you could sum up their rebel thing in one go, it's like we ain't gonna get tortured. We're gonna torture you.
Yes.
And yeah, even when Kathleen was speaking to the Fedra conspirators, like not even Fedra, the people who were just working with them for supplies and a good apple. A good apple.
What kind of apple though? Like a pink lady? 'Cause
Exactly.
I will do.
Wait,
Clip this.
who's the good apple?
I will do things for a good apple. Food, an actual food. Talking about the collaborators, conspirators towards Fedra.
Yeah.
They're like,
Why are they good apples?
no, they sold them out for a good apple. The physical
Yeah,
food.
Oh,
Kathleen was saying how her rebel kind of people were being sold out for supplies, even a fucking apple. Yeah, that was just something that she raised. But she was like, "Lucky for you, we're not Fedra," and I'm like,
Oh.
"Yeah, you're worse than Fedra."
I think I'd prefer Fedra. I just saw you shoot
Yeah.
a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she shot the doctor, and then like they're torturing, hanging people, unarmed people, and talking about giving them fake trials where they're automatically guilty.
Oh, mate,
And
yeah.
then
She's like, yeah, you'll
I'll
all go
kill
on
'em all.
trial. You're all guilty, but we'll put a trial on for you. It's like, oh, my
yeah.
gosh.
what on bread?
Yeah.
We'll make a night. We'll make a night of it.
Yeah, it's just savage. And then like when she walks out, and the second in command,
Perry.
he's like,
Oh,
"We're not
Perry.
giving trials, are we?" And she's like, "No, burn them out back."
Perry, you fucking idiot. No, kill him.
Yeah. We've killed all the judges. Come on, Perry, you twat.
So, not to jump too far ahead, but obviously everyone listening to this has already seen the episode.
Absolutely.
But now the whole thing of the last episode about the stuff moving underground is completely pointless.
Yes and no, because
'Cause we know,
throughout...
obviously,
Go on.
yeah, but so because they made it a while, but they weren't under the tunnels. The infected had come out in this episode, but under the tunnels, and that's where they stayed,
Mm.
and that's where they've come up. Where Kathleen was based, she wasn't by the tunnel.
Yeah, but who's to say that was all the infected?
Mm.
But it's pointless. We're not going to find out. We're sure shit ain't going back to Kansas now, are we? They're really nasty over there.
I don't think they're left. I think that's it.
I think it was just a device to let you know something's underground and something's going to boil to the surface at some point. So it's kind of building that tension.
Yeah. To me, it was like, oh, there's something underground. Henry's turned round to Joel and Ellie and Sam and been like, here's the secret on how we're going to get out of here. What do you think's weird about this city? And I said at the same time, I loved it. I was like, there's been no infected in this city. He was like, yeah. And he's looking at me in the eye. I was like, yeah, Matt, it's because they're underground. I was like, oh, Henry, there's stuff moving underground. They're under there, Henry. Don't go under there. It's going to be too spooky.
That's it, because if you think about it, it's a device that the reason they put it in there, it's a device to just let the audience know, this is a danger, so that when the rest of the stuff plays out,
Danger.
the audience is thinking, yeah, is there danger here? Or they're going underground? Or is it going to get, are the infected going to come up here? So it's just kind of planting a seed and building the tension, because that is going to come out at some point, and you're thinking, when is it? Is it when Henry's suggesting going into the tunnels? Later on, when is it? So it's kind of like a tension building device that they've done.
But they
Shit.
find something a lot worse in the tunnels.
Nothing.
Education? Oh, you want to teach me things? Get out of here.
Rules on the board.
Yeah. Where's the goalposts, mate? Get out of here.
The tunnels were over so quickly. Was anyone else upset by that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, again, kind of going off the back of what Nathan said, they built up this device that something bad's in that tunnel. Like, here we go. It keeps you on edge. I felt on edge the entire time because the show's done things like that with like Granny Adler, with like things maybe happening in the background, or everything's nice and calm and the kids are cute and playing. I was expecting a bloater to come in and bloody rip Sam in half or something, but no, nothing came of it. The main thing we learned about it was, I think, was it at this point that we learned why they're after Henry, or was this earlier on?
Oh, yeah. So, obviously, yeah, I'm jumping all over the place here. So, Henry and Sam jump Joel and Ellie. Or where do you want to start? Because obviously we got to the Kathleen bit, and then the bloody flashback continues, and you see the doctor in the attic, and then Sam's gonna be a superhero, and then Henry blinds Sam with paint and goes, "Oh, we've got no more food. Don't worry, you can be a
Blinds him with
superhero."
paint.
She looks out the window and goes, "Let's go here, it's safe." Bang, 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 and everyone shoots. Goes, "It's not safe anymore."
Let's go save. There's a crab walking man picking up everything
And, you
over
know,
there. This is fine.
your little brother that's like deaf, and he's like, "What's going on? I know you're scared." He's like, "I don't. Oh yeah, I'm big brother." And he's giving my little brother a call. Goes, "Gunshots. Like it's terrifying. We don't want to go out there." He said, lie to him. Say there's kittens out there. Just make him.
And then he's going to go out and be like, "Oh my god, kittens!" And then bang, 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 bang. And he hasn't got a selfie, mate. He hasn't got a selfie.
But he's clearly concerned. He's like, "Hey,
Straight to the
big brother
gulag.
Henry, big brother Henry, you're looking quite concerned. What's going on?" And he hasn't got. He could just be like, "Oh, it's blocks or whatever."
Yeah,
But he's got
no,
like
fair.
gunshots, death everywhere. Shouldn't go out there. It's out of order. Some fucking
Maybe he
hillbilly
maybe he
out there
doesn't know the
or-
sign language for death.
Mate, I don't know sign language death, but I can tell you what sign language death is.
Give me that board around your neck. Dead.
Yeah, what a shit etch a sketch as well.
I
Ugh.
think he's so clever. I thought it was an iPad. I thought he had an iPad around his neck and be like, "Oh
Yeah,
my god."
when I
he's-
first saw it, I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
damn, where's he
yeah.
charging that?"
So,
But
yeah,
no,
what's he
it
got? A
was-
solar panel charger? This is incredible. You got games on there? Can I play? Can I play?
So they go out, and then what the gunshots are Joel and Ellie being jumped by the raiders.
Yep.
And they're fighting. Henry, according to Nathan, supposedly spots them going into
He
the thing. He's like,
100% spots them.
I'm going to go follow these people that have just killed 3 men in cold blood. Not cold blood, but just killed 3 men. And I'm going to ask them for help because they seem like friendly guys.
I think
so
it was
that'd be
because
cool.
I think it's because they attacked Kathleen's lot. So realistically, if you're in the same position, yeah, it's not the best way to go about doing it. These these strangers turned up. We started blasting. I'm gonna go approach them and be like, "Fancy teaming up, teamsies?"
Yeah, like enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Only if you're weak.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Only if you're weak. No one's going to say many enemies as me. No one hates as much as
Do you-
I hate.
are you hearing this right now? Who's trying to one up how many enemies he has? Can you hear this? Are you hearing this right now? Damn it, Drewby! Right. We learn in this episode what, and something I've been questioning a long time. Why does Kathleen want Henry and Sam so much? And we finally learned that in this episode. So apparently, I don't know. Did they talk about this very quickly? I felt like I missed this on the first viewing, but only picked it up on the second viewing.
He's a rat bastard.
He's a rat bastard, but the reason he's a rat bastard is that Sam got sick, and the only way Henry could get the medication was by collaborating with Fedra. So Fedra had the meds, but what Fedra wanted was Kathleen's brother. And so Henry hands over Kathleen's brother. He gets 2 banged, looks like a suicide. And that's why Kathleen's after Henry and Sam. What's our thoughts on this? Enough of a story to be like, I'm going to kill everything. I'm going to send everyone out there. But then I guess you learn a bit more about how everyone loved the brother and he was a great leader and all of this. So I guess he had the people behind him.
Yeah, I think like the brother was, had a lot of respect and might have been, because it sounded like the brother wasn't really instrumental in the rebel uprising, but they were still like respected and a really good person. Everyone liked him. And then as Perry said later on in the episode, you know, they follow Kathleen, and Kathleen has the power and she's vindictive. And
she's just got such a gentle voice. Oh, it still didn't sit right with me as she was threatening people and whatnot. I couldn't do it. I'd like giving little smirks. I'd be like, I'm in danger.
Yeah, I mean, no, she seemed a bit evil, to be honest. The way that she was kind of like complaining, like, just completely blind to everything horrific that she's doing and authorizing, and just going after, single track mind. Going after Henry. So she was willing to chuck away basically everyone to do it. So
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Go.
But I feel, oh God, this is such a reach. Part of me feels that Kathleen was introduced with this storyline to test the controversial storyline that we can't discuss in part 2. There's similarities there. So you have two protagonists of like they've just gone out and they've done a bad thing to help themselves, and you follow. So say we're following Sam and Henry.
Oh,
following
right.
Sam and Henry for so long, and they are looking out for themselves, and you've got to do bad things. However, what you then see with Kathleen is the other side of how that's affected her, which then justifies her
Oh, I
horribleness.
see. You feel like they're dipping their toe in to see how the audience reacts.
Part of me thinks it could be.
No, I like it.
That. Because if you break it down, there are similarities there.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I can't say the names obviously without giving away potentials for part 2. But you guys obviously playing all the games, and you can work out where I'm getting at. Like I say, it's a bit of a reach, but I just noticed some similarities where, because if it is, that storyline's they're just gonna copy and paste that storyline into the first episode of season 2.
Yeah. No.
So I just don't know. It was a bit like I felt it was a bit because Kathleen's not in the first game. She's been written into this only TV show. I just would have gone for a different storyline. It's two on the head. Unless they change season 2 now. I don't know.
I was going to say, are they potentially going to go down a very different road for season 2?
We'll get into this before, because I think they're going to make so many mistakes.
Really?
If season 2 is part 2, this TV show, which is
over before it begun.
It is over. Because even if they do it, then season 3 goes, oh, great, can't wait for the 3rd season. Yeah, about that. Or if HBO are going to be sitting there going, we'll sign you up for 7 seasons right now.
Yeah.
HBO, after the success of this, everyone will be throwing money at
everyone
them.
Everyone gets a flashback. Everyone gets a spin-off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they will absolutely ruin it.
Fear the Last of Us. It's the new Walking Dead.
There'll be crossovers, mate.
Rick
will show up.
Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes will show up. There'll be crossovers a lot. And also
then
Wolverine.
With their brand new
Thanos.
Arthur Morgan.
They'll ruin it, but I'm just saying.
It'll be Fortnite. It'll turn into Fortnite.
It'll be a battle royale.
Like you say.
Why is this gas all moving in, lads? We should. So he split into 3 circles. I just think they can turn it into a cash cow and they'd be silly not to. I'd respect them more if they didn't, but realistically, they can't. They can't jump with season 2 being so shit.
I think in part 2 of the game, all of the characters acted so uncharacteristically. Like
they were all Kathleen characters.
Yeah, like you didn't really like all of them acted differently. Joel was just like, oh well, yeah, I don't know. He didn't have any of his instincts from the first game. He was always on the back foot. He wasn't able to have carry a conversation or challenge something intellectually that needed to be challenged in conversations that he had. Everyone else was just acting really uncharacteristically, and the kind of responses are, well, let's just explain it away in the passage of time and blah blah blah. But it's like but you haven't built, the first game you've built a set of rules, you've written a set of rules and a set of ground rules, and then you throw all those away, and then you move to the second part, and then you wonder why some of the audience feels disconnected from from those who like the first game. So I'm wondering if they're already planting seeds to try and repair that. I hope they are. So that they avoid that kind of issue, because I don't think they can get away with it in the same way that they did with the game, with the TV show, especially as there isn't going to be a 7-year wait between the first game and the second.
I agree.
For one, I'm very excited for the season wrap-up podcast that we do, so we can delve more into it. Oh, that's exciting.
I think we should do it in person.
Oh yeah, I remember your idea now. Yes.
Half an hour podcast.
There's so much gear to take. No.
I
do have a bit of a criticism. I don't just like a general one up till now. I don't know if anyone else is feeling it or if it's just me. It'd be interesting to see what you guys feel about this. Henry and Sam, I really felt their relationship. I thought they were fantastic. They're dynamic. You can relate to them. It was really good. Same with Bill and Frank. Whether in terms of we've covered the points about why they went in that direction creatively. However, their relationship. You know, yeah, like you felt things and you kind of were invested in it. The only relationship that I don't really care about that much watching the show is the main
Don't you say it.
relationship between Joel and Ellie. So, like, I feel that something like I'm not invested in it. I just don't feel anything. Like Henry and Sam, Bill and Frank. Yeah, sure. All of these side characters they're introducing. I feel that they're doing a better job than Joel and Ellie, and I do feel like that Joel and Ellie are different in a way that's kind of perhaps taken away why some of their relationship was so endearing in the first place. I don't know. Well, I'm just not. I don't really care that much about Joel and Ellie. In the show, I'm just not feeling the tension between them. You know, yeah, I don't know. Like Joel doesn't have his unsociable, because like normally it's like in the game, like Joel was very unsociable, very kind of like, you know, not overly likable. He was pretty harsh to Ellie at the start, and Ellie was a bit kind of naive and innocent, and you know, that the relationship kind of drew out the sides of them that they were missing. But here, and that's how they provided value to each other. But here, it just seems, yeah, it's just a different dynamic, and it's just kind of like we're already in the, yeah, I don't know, something doesn't feel right. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, and I think Joel is still being quite harsh to Ellie. Oh, and my family? No, dickhead, shut up, your cargo. Yeah, you
You're
know,
a backpack.
Yeah.
Tell a 14-year-old that, it's, you know, oh, okay, I'll be best. But I get what you say. It oddly feels that Joel and Ellie, being the two main characters of the entire series, aren't getting the amount of airtime, the most airtime.
The amount of airtime
Because
that two main
everything's
characters
being
should
taken
have.
up. Because everything's being taken up by fucking flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's true. I'm not.
And that's me saying, yeah, to agree, absolutely. But I think they've got quite the feat ahead of them with all seasons. Is that season 1 is to set the foundation for what should hopefully be season 2, season 3, season 4. But
yeah,
in that same breath, if they go, I feel like in this next episode they're jumping straight to winter. And I feel like, from what I can remember from the game, I feel like they miss out a huge portion of the relationship building between Joel and Ellie. And what I really don't want to happen is that we get to this next episode and Joel and Ellie are like finishing each other's sandwiches, you know, and like best buds.
I haven't seen the things for the next episode. I haven't seen a trailer for the next episode yet.
Have a look at the trailer for the next episode. But
I do like a bit of snowy footage, so I am keen for that.
Absolutely. But there's horseback riding. It's winter. We meet old characters. It's all jumps very, very quickly for what is, how many episodes in the season? 10 or is it 9?
9.
I mean, that would be episode 6, so we're over the halfway point now. And I agree with Nathan, much like what you said, Drew, that we've had so many different characters introduced and their stories told, and then for them to die, that we haven't had enough time with our actual two main characters that we should be rooting for.
Yeah, every new character's got an episode special, and then they don't last more than one episode, so it's just pointless.
I did have I mean, to be honest, like that, like I did see, like with the, sorry if I'm jumping ahead here, when Henry kind of
died.
Yeah, when Henry died.
You're jumping ahead quite a lot there, Nate.
You jumped about 4 pages here to the end.
It was relevant to the other point, but I'll leave it. No, I thought I can slip in the end. Sorry,
put a pin in that bad boy.
We'll pin it for later.
So, shall we continue with the story? Would you like anything else you'd like to?
I don't know where we got up to. Have we even got to them meeting? Oh wait, we found out that Henry was a rat.
Yep, Henry is a rat, and they're kind of making their way through the tunnels, and very uneventful time happens in the tunnels, and they make their way out.
I would have liked to see clickers in the tunnels.
What's that?
I would have liked to see clickers in the tunnels.
Yeah, or at least like a bit of a sound of one echoing, like, oh shit, turns out they are here, time to be super quiet.
Yeah, I don't even mind if there's not an interaction, but just seeing one in the distance, them like having to like work or like, stealthily move around.
Agreed.
Because I appreciate this all falls flat on his face in like half hour further on into the episode with this statement, but I'm not seeing enough clickers.
We heard you, and we heard you, and we listened.
but like you say, like even in the game when you run into these odd clickers, just having them in the background. I don't expect to fight their way through all of them, but just seeing them, like, oh fucking hell, better shut up here and move around. Anyway,
well, I suppose it's just like letting the audience know the danger is there.
What danger?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
What
saying.
danger? They got into the woods. They gone. Nah, it's all right out here. No one comes out here. Cool. So what? Should we stay here? Now let's fuck off and move away from
I
here.
love camping.
All right. Yeah, I love camping. Let's go to the city. Oh, this sounds great. Oh yeah, because we shoved them all underground, so it's absolutely safe here, other than the dickheads that just like push Federer out. So that's fine. There's no clickers, Nate.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like if there's not clickers around, the audience doesn't think, oh well, you know. And
But I want them to be clickers.
Oh, you're
Scrap
getting
it.
you're
Yeah,
getting
I
clickers,
agree,
mate.
yeah. Put a couple of clickers. Yeah, put a bit more clickers around.
It's not hard. I said it before. I said it's copy and paste. lad.
Someone quote him on that. Drew, in 2023, it's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not hard. It's a copy and paste.
Copy and paste some CG clickers in the wide shots.
Yeah, because it's just got to be in the distance, just having them moving around.
Yeah.
You know
What do you want me to
Run
do
by the
today,
gas
boss?
station.
Just copy and paste some clickers in the wide shots. That's what I'm going to spend photoshopping this evening now. Just they were there the whole time, guys. We just didn't see them.
Yeah. I mean, they'd even work as inflatable decoys, wouldn't they? It just...
I would love to see this in Drewdaism. You're just riding along the road and then like it's
Just
copy and paste the clickers in the
superimposed
forest. Yeah,
the
just
same clicker, the same pose.
one in
Just,
the mountain.
oh shit, there's
the way.
clickers
Yeah.
over there, boys.
and just looking straight at the camera and go, told you weren't hard.
Told
A lot of clickers in there. Was that a clicker in that drone shot? Yeah, well, it's a dangerous ride.
Easy, mate. I just,
not hard.
don't get all the fuss about.
It's not hard.
Anyway,
have,
more
you,
clickers.
have you atted HBO yet? Have you tweeted them?
No, I'm trying to start off this new year as a bit more friendly, but I'm pushing it.
You've made it to February.
Yeah, it's testing my patience. I'm even trying to be a bit more accepting about different types of motorcycles. That's a different moan.
Oh God,
Yeah, no, I might start tweeting them.
it's not hard.
I've started
More
today.
clickers. It's not hard.
Well, I can't do that now. I wish I did it halfway through watching the first episode because I quickly ate my words near the end. Oh, spectacular.
So we're working our way towards the end. Oh, I'm going to completely skip over Kathleen's brief return to her childhood home because what's the point?
Flashback. It
It wasn't a flashback, but it might
have
have well as been. I'm surprised it wasn't, to be fair. But
Hmm.
again, it's more time developing this character, and it was during this point where she was talking about her childhood room and her brother being there. I was like, she's going to die in this episode because they've given her too much screen time now. They've given her too much background that now I'm starting to understand her motives and why she acts the way that she acts. That this is when she's going to die. I was expecting Kathleen to potentially be to potentially replace another baddie that we're going to come across in this same season. If we even come across that baddie, I hope we do.
Well,
'cause that's going to be.
I think we are.
That's going to be fucking dope. I think they might have casted him already. So
Yeah,
we were going to come across. But I thought she was going to play such more of a bigger enemy role.
I wanted her to be WLF.
100%. I 100% agree with that. And if anything, you should write to HBO and be like, it's not that hard. I've just written a story and added clickers. It's not.
But well done. You've already killed her off.
Yeah. Oh, it's just.
I did like her though. She was like a 3. I really like her.
3 out of 10.
Kind of like a really grey area villain. Kind of like I do like that.
Kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
Because it's unsuspected. And they're the worst ones. It's like season 3 of Supernatural. The main villain in the entire season was a
Spoiler alert, spoiler
9-year-old
alert.
girl. It's not a spoiler. You know it, but the vessel she took was like a 9-year-old girl, and she just fucked shit up. It's terrifying because she just oh, you lost, and she's like, there's your throat, there's your lungs. See you later.
You wanted to see your lungs? There's your lung.
There you are on a platter. So I think that soft spoken. Like, if you run into Kathleen or like you catch her or something like that, and she's like, oh, I'm Kathleen, and then she gets free. And it's like, Perry, and Perry just comes to slit your throat.
Well, I mean,
I like it.
she's very like rational in her arguments as she goes across to people. She's kind of like, how do you think that this makes me feel? You've done this, this, and this.
Very
How do you feel now
manipulative.
about it?
Very womanlike.
I feel on the one hand that's like a really like reasonable way of putting things across, but then on the other hand, then she goes and kills them all. So
It's like, oh, yeah, kill these people, burn the bodies. It's quicker. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like really, really kind of manipulative, and I'm just like, yeah. So it's just kind of a really dangerous person. You've got someone, yeah. She's obviously really like kind of smart because she's managed to get this rebel group together to take over Fredra, which would not be easy, as they're essentially the military. and yeah, and then she's kind of got this kind of kind touch on the one hand, and then I'm gonna kill you on the other hand. Yeah, no, it's
How'd your kids
What you're
like the
saying,
wife?
Dave, is she's just being a woman, basically. It's not how you killed them; it's the way you killed them.
Okay, he kind of brought that back at the end there. I thought if that was ever going to be one phrase to get us cancelled, I thought that was going to be it. But I think he kind of brought it back at the end there. Don't clip that.
It's not-
So they make their way out the tunnels. Segue in. Don't think about it. Segue in, and they're in this kind of suburby area, and they're just making their way to the bank, and it's going down a very long street. And then they get shot at by a sniper in a window.
Nom, 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 nom.
So they all,
Nom, 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 nom.
so they all kind of get caught behind a car. Sam and Henry immediately start to leg it, but then get shot at again and come running back. So it's like, yeah, you guys don't know what you're doing. Bless your hearts. Bless your heart. You don't know what you're doing. So Joel takes it wide, makes his way all the way up to where this sniper is posted up. And I thought this was quite a shocking part for me. Personally, I as soon as I'm getting shot by a sniper, I immediately think ghillie suit, HDR, back, But no, they're there, and it's this old man plotted up with a little stool and maybe like a cup of hot chocolate or something, and he's just like, "Sup, dude."
yeah. He's definitely got the look in his eye of kill me, please.
Yo,
Like,
yeah, he's had it. Please,
I think he was.
it.
I think he was very much like, this is a good way to go. Like,
Yeah.
it's either, I'm getting on, and I mean, that could have even been his house. That might have been the neighborhood that he watched over for the last X amount of
20 years.
Yeah, you
20
never know.
years, 20 years. I didn't get his flashback though. I was quite upset with that.
He was just so shit. Like, he literally watched Joel run around to the right. He's like, oh, I didn't get him. Like, he's on the run.
Proper,
Like, if that was
proper
me,
NPC
I'd be-
behaviour.
Yeah. I'd be like, if that was me, I'd be like, right, I'll keep an eye on the stairs because he's probably going to come up and kill me.
Put a little claymore down.
I've got the other three.
Yeah.
They're there. But this one's a bit of a loose cannon.
I think this
Dog
might
shit.
be like Joel in the game would have shot him in the back of the head, right, or stabbed him, like he did Brian. But he was like, "Don't make me do this." But I know Game Joel would just be like, "Bang, get out! Why you shoot at us? Just be like, give me a gun."
Give me that rifle.
Like, yeah, give me that rifle. And this, there was a lot of question. I can't talk about it because of in season 2, like in part 2 of the game, people were wondering why Joel was a bit more, open and unsuspecting. And I'm maybe they're planting the seeds now of him being a less savage and less kind of like less savvy, so that they can take advantage of that in season 2. So yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised Joel didn't just cap him there and there.
But he was like, they've already portrayed him as being a savage in episode 1 when Tess was being beaten up. They're like, Tess, look, you're cool, we're cool.
Oh
Once
yeah,
we let you go,
but it's
Joel's
not.
going to find out he's going to come back and kill me. But now we've got a couple of episodes in, throwing a 14-year-old in the mix, and it's like, oh, don't make me shoot you. So grow up, Joel, shoot him.
Yeah, I don't get how the rules of this really dangerous world change just because you got a child with you. If anything, it's more reason to be more savage.
Yeah.
I mean, even Kathleen later on was like, "Children die,"
All the
Oh,
time. It's
All the
fine.
no. That was like, Jesus
Good
Christ.
God, who hurt you? Oh wait,
Yeah,
That's right, that's
yeah, that guy, the guy you're looking at. All right, fair enough.
I can fix you.
But yeah, I just think they've kind of mellowed him down. He just like Pedro Pascal's a very nice guy, and I think it shows through. I think he's
Too
nice. He's too nice for the role. I think he's good. He's a good Joel, but I think he's a bit too nice.
If you ever want to shatter the image, watch an interview with Pedro and Bella talking about like their things that would bring. Oh mate, it shatters the image of Joel and Ellie.
Oh, does he?
Oh, no.
I'll send you a link. I'll
Oh,
send
no,
you
I
a
don't
link.
want to watch this.
We have to. I have had to watch this now. You both. have to.
Oh, no.
So a really cool
But yeah,
moment.
no,
Go on, Nathan. Go on.
Oh, so yeah, and just before the guy, the old guy started shooting them down the road, that Ellie and the others were very, or not the others, but Ellie was very kind of like comfortable in being like kind of talking quite loudly. Like if you're walking with your mates down the street at night, imagine how much your voices travel, right? Let alone you've just escaped a city. Like where's the stealth? As soon as you get on the other side of the road, to where they were. It's just like kind of like laughing and kind of shouting.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
it's all right because the enemies and the infected here aren't sound based. Oh, hang on, wait a minute.
Right.
But like, in the tunnel, when they found that little colourful room and they were playing football, weren't they looking up at a skylight like there was daylight there?
Yeah.
So, like, if someone was walking above that and they heard football, it's going, yeah, score, hat trick, woo! I'd be like,
Childlike wonder.
it's like catching people in VR prison break, mate. You can hear them down below. Oh, yeah. They're down there.
Don't say
I'm surprised that
they're down there.
I'm surprised Joel wasn't a bit more. You know, like when they're in the museum and he did that kind of like shh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised there wasn't more of that. It's almost kind of like, you know, it's like, yeah, like.
Just let his guard down a bit.
Yeah, he seems kind of be like, control the situation, man. You get like, if you got like someone laughing and shouting the moment you've barely even escaped, then yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When they was walking down the road, I thought they'd been a bit too blasé.
Yeah, I was like, you might want to. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
And then
yeah.
they get shot
Sorry,
at. So Joel dispatches the old man, and something that my mum pointed out was that the different noise from the rifle was very different to the gun that Joel used to kill. So that was kind of like giving the guys back by the car, like, I've dealt with it, it's all clear, I've done it. But he dies, and then you hear the walkie-talkie, and you're like, oh my gosh. I thought this was just some random dude in his house, like he said, Nathan, just watching over a neighbourhood, nothing to do with what was happening over further on into the city. But no, he's part of them. He's called them. He's like, yep, we're on our way, and they've got this bloody Mad Max vehicle with "run" written on the front of it. So Joel was just proving that he could read it from miles away because he's shouting down to the guys, "Run!" Like, what? What did you say? What? What did you say? Run! What? Yeah, they look behind them. This thing got "run" written on the back of it. They're like, oh, I mean, even little Sam could read that, mate. He couldn't hear anything being yelled at, but he could read "run." Bloody hell! So, all the boys and girls turn up and just start smashing through all the vehicles. It's such a cool scene.
It was a cool scene. It was.
Yeah,
And now that's a lot of noise.
Having that van barge through, that was really cool. That was really good. That must have been so fun to do.
And then he started shooting back at the trucks. Good one.
Oh, every time Ellie fell over, she fell over and then stopped and then just looked back, and I was like, oh my god, run! This is not the time to look back at a vehicle speeding towards you. Can you just move, please? I was getting really stressed out. I was like, please get out of there.
Please run.
Even when the infected would come out of the hole, I was like, now's the like as they all had their guns pointing, I'm like, now's the time to run.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, take your fucking moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
So yeah, they run. Joel manages to shoot through the run truck, and that plows into a house.
Right. Glad you mentioned this.
Go on.
So Joel, with that rifle, is a fantastic shot.
Absolutely.
However, can't headshot a clicker standing 7 feet in front of him. What's that all about?
Maybe he's having a bad day.
He's having a bad day. Yeah.
He
wasted so much ammo on that clicker because it obviously wasn't the first time he came up against a clicker. I mean, you could argue it was.
Which one? Sorry, what?
When the first time we got introduced to a clicker in this show, episode 2 with Tess, Ellie, and Joel, when they're in the museum, Joel's got his 6-shot revolver and he's trying to shoot the clicker, and he misses loads. He takes him ages to shoot him in the head. But now he's got a rifle. Oh, he's got 17 KD.
I suppose it's like he's got less pressure on him. It's a bit less panic. He's like, oh, what?
Pressure?
He's detached. Yeah, but he's detached from the situation. He's looking through a scope. They're not running at him, and they're not trying to, bash a gun out of his hands.
And he wasn't licking off headshots one after the other. He was taking a couple of shots again and again and again, and still missing.
He was doing pretty bloody good.
Oh, maybe he's just better with a rifle. Maybe the rifle is a bit more cleaner. It's actually scoped in.
Proficient.
The revolvers maybe a bit of a crappy, rusty old boy.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if Joel previously had. I know Tommy did, but I don't know if Joel had military service or not.
I'm
just
not too
wondering
sure.
whether maybe he's come across guns, or even over the last 20 years, like as he picks up guns, maybe he's just more proficient with some than others. Because I'd imagine each gun has different way to load it, different safety catch, different this, different that. So maybe he's just, you know, and that rifle might be like the standard rifle. So I don't know.
Ah, yes, I got this one for my 6th birthday. America.
So Joel licks off these headshots. This car crashes in, and Kathleen is like giving the speech of like, you know, children die all the time. It's fine, guys. Of which the guys have stopped running and have now taken cover 3 meters away on this road.
Yeah.
And Kathleen still hasn't seen them take the cover, so she's like still walking towards the building towards Joel. And at this point, I'm like, Joel, just take the shot, dude. I know your whole house is going to come under fire and like everyone's probably going to die, but like now's the perfect time to do a Drew in Warzone. Take the shot. You've got your HDR. You've got the position. Back.
But it's like Kathleen's sitting there walking. She's seen them. She knows Henry and Sam are there, and some next chick is running with them. And they've run. They've hidden behind the car. Kathleen's doing her big talk, and Henry's like, really like, you got to get Sam out of it. And then he calls out and goes, we'll make a deal. Now, that's not how you do it. You've completely given away your position, because all she's got to do is go,
Bang.
no.
Get him, Perry.
Surround that vehicle, all dead. Poor effort from Henry there. Poor effort. I just think you shouldn't give you away. You've got to be more quiet. These people all need to learn to be a bit more quiet.
They all need to learn to be a bit more quiet. And then
Shut the fuck up.
The loudest thing happens as Kathleen kind of brings up her gun to finish the job and get a bit of closure and revenge for her brother. The run vehicle collapses into a sinkhole, into a tunnel, and absolute hell breaks loose. And this was just, for me, my gut feeling was just like, oh my God, this is absolutely incredible. And I've never seen this many infected in or out of the game. And I am just, num, 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 num. More, give me more of this. Give me more of bloody, like the locusts coming out of the ground in Gears of War. And it's just absolute 30, 40, 50. And they're still pouring in as they're kind of opening fire and hell's breaking loose. Bah, 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 and they're still pouring out. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is incredible.
Oh, maybe what you were saying before, Drew, like how did they know that they were there? Like maybe the fungus tripwire things, like as all these tremors happen of all the activity going on, maybe that's where the infected go underground, and when there was a hole, that's when they came up, perhaps.
I don't know. I think they were just underground anyway, and then they just, for some reason, this thing's collapsed through, and they've all come out.
Yeah,
I thought these were the same guys from in the inner city, but they might have left the inner city because, like I say, the tendrils haven't tripped off. So I thought these infected had a tendril trip off when the van and the car fell through, and that some of them were there in the area ready to jump, but then as more and more kind of started jumping out, I thought they were potentially coming from all around, maybe out of the city, out on the outskirts. So I thought this was linked to what was going on in the previous episode with the little tremors and stuff underneath the area. Yeah. Oh, I loved it so much. And Perry got... We all got like this. Oh, this bloater that comes out. Oh, this was an actual dude in a suit. This dude was, all of these, a lot of these were not CGs. These were actual people in makeup, and some special effects were used, but oh God.
They got some like 6'7" actor or something like that. Yeah. Some like monster of a guy to get in there and... So
Perry gets Kathleen out of the way. Kathleen's like, Perry! And he's like, Kathleen! And then this fucking bloater comes out and it's like, Roar! Perry gets Kathleen away, and then Perry does what just fails at the first step of any fight, is keep your distance, as this thing just runs towards him, gives him the hug of death, and kills him, much like how we all probably got killed in the school gymnasium when we got a bit too close to a bloater, except this one just seemed like a clean head rip, whereas the one in the game is more like a jaw rip. Oh God. Oh God. And it always just cut at the best moment, just before it got real bad. But yeah, Yeah, Perry, the man who made me feel
Yeah,
funny in my tummy.
Gone but not forgotten.
How did you feel, Drew? You were looking forward to the bloater, and then when he appeared, he only killed one person, and that was Perry.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Well, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I need to do, but I need to kill that man.
The show giveth and the show taketh away. You do not get something for free in this show. You must pay the price.
I also get the impression that this is the first time anyone's seen a bloater, like in the universe. Like Perry and Kathleen was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, yeah.
Because no one's seen it. I reckon they haven't
I was
seen
hoping,
it.
if that is the case, I'd hoping for maybe, I don't know if we had like a bit of a Joel reaction, like, what the fuck? Run!
So the blower, kills Perry.
Kills Perry. Doesn't it?
Oh, Ellie runs into a car
Yes, to get away.
and is met
Oh,
by an actor
yes.
in Clicker who does such fucking the movement of this person.
This is a 9-year-old gymnastic.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
who on earth looks at their child and goes, "You should audition for this part"?
Clicker.
You creep me out. You creep me out every time you walk down the stairs.
You can't watch a show that you're in. You're not old enough, but can you put on
Apparently, Oriana was telling me that if you want something cursed to watch, you need to watch her audition tape of her auditioning to be a child clicker.
Is that a real thing?
It's a real, yeah. It's available. I think it was shooting around on social media. I'll see if I can get it and whack it in the WhatsApp and the Discord. But yeah, her audition tape is just absolutely cursed because it's just these jagged movements of. And I don't think I've ever come across a child clicker before.
No.
So this is a huge first thing. I thought it was just a very tiny clicker. I was like, oh, this is adorable. Little. Oh, that's a child.
I thought it was CG because like the clicker, like the child just like Cirque du Soleil wheeled, like you know, like, it was like where the legs go back over their head and they kind of roll forward, and I was like, oh, that's not a human movement.
That's some bad CG.
It looks like CG. It did look bad. I'm surprised that like there was just someone there doing that because it just didn't seem human at all.
I'm going to go
did a really good job.
I'm going to go back on everything I said. I would actually love to see a flashback of her just sitting there in a Russian gymnasium, minding her own business, and all of a sudden, what's this mushroom?
Munch.
Oh, someone's left a big pail of flour here. I'll eat that, no worries. And all of a sudden, no, the movement of it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that an indication that isn't that the first clicker that adopts the characteristics of the person that's been infected, right? They're a gymnast.
I don't
move differently.
I think the actor who played the clicker was a gymnast. I don't think the clicker has a gymnast background.
No, sorry,
that
was very much the actress playing the child clicker it does the gymnastics.
There's absolutely nothing to suggest to us, Nathan, that this clicker in the story had a gymnast background.
Not yet.
Oh, no. What I'm saying...
Only in my flashback that I hope to see later. Sorry, I confused you. I said I would like to see the flashback of her in the gymnasium. That may have confused you, but there's nothing to suggest that clicker right there is a gymnast.
Oh, right, okay. No, I was just thinking that clicker moved in a way that no other clicker moved. So I'm wondering, does that mean when certain people get infected, their characteristics transfer to the infected's abilities? Because no other clicker's moving like that.
I don't know. The clicker,
just because they're a child and they're like flexible. And
I was going to go with because it's a child clicker.
Maybe it's just a child clicker, yeah.
Although the infected seem to make a 90-year-old grandmother in the first episode do some shit that I've never seen a 90-year-old grandmother do.
Yeah, no, she was pretty. Adler was pretty agile. Adler was pretty agile, yeah. After eating those energy bickies, yeah.
Suffering from Bicky Lung. It was Bicky Lung.
It was Bicky Lung.
If I was in this, if I was transformed into this TV show, into this world, and I was infected, turned into clicker, everyone would be safe because I would be on the sofa eating a bucket of chicken.
I'd be out looking at trees or playing video games in the shed. It'd be
I don't think they could do that. 'Cause I'll just be
Walking
like,
Dead tried doing something like that with the first season of the whole when you're a zombie you carry over your characteristics of when you're a human, but even they started to go like this is ridiculous now, we can't keep doing this.
Oh, keep track of it.
They dropped it like to a completely different franchise, but Morgan's wife in season 1 was at their family home trying to open the door to get in. And then from season 2 onwards, it was like, yeah, zombies can't open doors. What are you talking about? And then they start climbing and free running and all this malarkey. So, thank God that's over. Sorry.
Everything's pulled doors.
Yeah, absolutely. I hated you for that idea, but no, it's starting to hold up.
Pull doors. Problem solved.
So the team get away. I can't believe it. Ellie gets out the car, makes her way towards Sam and Henry, who are now under a vehicle, kind of kicking all these clickers away, and Joel's providing some excellent covering fire as Ellie kind of runs from one side of this entire scuffle to the other. Again, this bloater's still in the background, giving it some. They're still infected, pouring out of this tunnel. And Ellie knives too, gets them towards this embankment where they need to start kind of running away. And then there she is, everyone's favourite 2-episode villain, Kathleen!
The bloke is still in the background, only focusing on Perry. Just ignoring everyone else. Just all bashing him into the ground.
My job is done.
Yeah, the job isn't done until I teabag this man. He's got the voice of Arnie now. Yeah, he's got the voice of Arnie. But yeah, she raises her gun up. She's like, what'd I say about kids? Kids die all the time.
It's just like, what?
I don't know why she didn't just shoot already. She had the gun up. She was ready to go. It's clear that you're maybe losing this huge war going on behind you. But no,
yeah,
bad guy trope.
If we've like, I've never seen like a show. I mean, or a film where like the villain is like, oh, I really want this person to die, and they always have to have like a speech or a this or a that. I've never seen one just go, oh, that person needs to kill, bang, right, anyway, let's move on. It's just like, don't you know what happens? You always, in the middle of the speech, something happens, someone swings through the window and interrupts your plans, and then they get the upper hand later on. You let them escape, and then that's, yeah, but she had 2 chances, and she threw them man away.
So someone did jump in, and it was this child clicker again. Now, this was, if they bring back the child clickers in this season or the next season, they are going to be absolutely fucking terrifying, because that is a nimble clicker. Like, she jumped, I don't know what she jumped from, like a gravestone or just a bit of rubble, but she leaped. Oh, I'd expect that kind of behavior from like a stalker. From runner to stalker to clicker, but this is like a clicker, one away from a bloater. Imagine a bloater having this kind of maneuverability. Oh, God. That'd be so cool. I'll be game for it. I'll be totally game for it. But yeah, Catherine kind of gets done in there and munched on. And I thought Joel would come out and end up either shooting Catherine in a mercy kill or shooting the clicker. But no, they just kind of go, oh, well.
Let them do it.
Yeah.
They're having a thing. We'll leave them to it.
Yeah. Oh, they're having a little bit of a smooch. And there's a big one over there, really attacking just a puddle of meat at this point. He's got a Perry name tag written on it. But let's go. Let's run away. And they all scurry away as
all of the infected ran towards Kansas.
Yes.
Kathleen sent all of her troops.
Yep.
Got destroyed, and now all these people she's protected. Like, yeah, don't worry about Federal. I will protect you. No. No.
And then I think it was just such a beautiful shot of like panning out, and they're still coming out of the tunnel. The bloke is like halfway through the crowd, like oh, and they're just running all towards the city. Oh, God.
It would have been funny if, as Kathleen was getting mauled by that child clicker, Joel was like, Kathleen's die all the time. All the time.
Yeah, it's fine. They die all the time.
They're all the time.
I never said that to you, Joel. Shut up.
Who are you? Shut up.
So
they've completely, so her actions have absolutely, it killed basically all of her fighting troops plus basically everyone who's back at Kansas. They are dead. They're absolutely dead. With the pea shooters they've got remaining.
I hope we go back to Kansas in a flashback. So they make their way to a motel. And everyone's kind of winding down now. They can only imagine all the infectors running towards the city, so they can talk a bit louder, maybe have the lights on a bit longer, stay up extra late.
They really did mimic the room really well. The the room that they were in, like without the wooden walls and stuff like that. I forget exactly, but really reminiscent of the game, like the environment that they were in when they were in the radio tower. Just all the interior was done pretty well.
The mise en scene was very good. Absolutely. And so we have Sam asking Ellie some questions using his Etch-a-Sketch. Like, what was it? Are you ever scared? And Ellie replies, scared of being alone. I was like, okay, fair enough. And then Sam goes for a big one of like, if you turn into a monster, is it still you inside? It's like, oh, is it still you inside?
Ellie takes a pad and just says, absolutely not.
Yeah, you are an idiot. Go to bed.
Do you know what question I would have asked if I was Sam in that moment?
Go on.
Hey, Ellie, why'd you hold pens so weird?
I mean, why? Because he's left-handed, or because just how she...
She bloody claw wrapped her bloody fist around it and like had the pen sticking out between her pinky and her bloody ring finger, and she wrote weird.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I mean,
the way she gripped her pen,
I mean, I don't,
jank.
You probably don't learn the best techniques in military school in that kind of post-apocalyptic world.
No excuse, Nathan.
There's no excuse for education. No excuse.
No excuse. But that's the last comment I made on my notes when watching the show.
That was
Ellie
right. I hold a pen weird. That's okay. So, if you turn to a monster, is it still you inside? Absolutely not. What are you talking about? And then he reveals his ankle when he's been bitten. Oh.
Now, sorry to interject, but in the game, did she know he got? I thought she woke up and he turned.
Yeah, in the game.
We didn't know he was infected.
We didn't know he was infected. No, like he was standing by the window, and she was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Anyway,
and then he went off.
Blur.
Yeah, I think they should have kept that. I think that would have been better.
To be fair, it was interesting because I was wondering before about like in a previous episode, Joel taking Ellie's blood to try and heal someone. Like I was thinking that could have been something that maybe he did. So I thought it was cool that Ellie tried that because.
It's cute, but it's pathetic.
It could have worked, but she knows it doesn't work now.
Oh,
so,
yeah, but
like,
they're just kids at the end of the day, aren't they? Like poor Sam gets infected and now he's got hepatitis C. Like, the poor man can't get a break.
Can't hold a pen, but can cut her own hand, and can think, no.
This is another thing that really winds me up in films.
I'm not going to sit there and trust you to potentially heal me when you can't even hold a fucking pen.
Yeah. Why is it in every franchise, in every film, and every movie, or every bit of media, whenever there's a blood pact or someone needs blood from someone to do something, it is always across the palm, potentially the most important part of your body, used to, like, I don't know, hold things, and you're like, yeah, just across the palm, it will heal in no time. No, it won't. It'll take fucking ages.
She can't grip a gun now.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking, like, getting your wound infected, isn't it being on the hand? Like, that's where you touch everything. Like, isn't that really?
We just had a fucking apocalyptic event ourselves where it's like, don't touch your face or anything or anyone, or don't touch your own hands. Oh, drives me nuts. Like,
to be fair, like, where would you, in that situation, if you had
in the nicest way, where would you cut yourself?
Yeah, where would you like do that instead? To be fair, like
neck. These really nice big veins I've got on my thighs. That's what I do. Like right on the inside, inner leg thigh.
The lumpy bit between my chin and my chest. The apple bit.
You cut the jugular and then you're like, take it now. Yeah. Okay, right. How do I?
Any part of me that pulses when I look at it long enough, you know, like I'm talking like maybe wrists or like bottom of the feet. Like,
I suppose there's no, like I'm just wondering, like, I wouldn't know where to. I think because I've seen it so many times in films, if I had to do it, I'd probably do it there as well. But then, isn't that where all your nerves are concentrated? So wouldn't it be an extra painful place?
I'd go for like a little prick on the finger. Be like, hang on, let's see if this works first. Not giving you a pint, mate. Just a little prick, just a little.
I'm just thinking. Oh, I don't know actually.
I'd go.
I'm gonna have some weird Google searches after this.
Yeah, where's best to cut myself? Yeah. We're sending someone round. I'm thinking forearm, outer forearm, easy to bandage. I can look at it. Little one.
It's the upper arm between your elbow and your shoulder.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because that's like the least bit that's moved. It's like you're not.
Well, I suppose you want to make sure you're not.
It's going to make you uncomfortable to sleep.
Like you don't want to nick any like important arteries or anything like that. So I suppose maybe if it's by the hand, it's towards the end. Like if you cut an artery at the top of your arm, that's going to be. I know at the top of your like inner thigh, there's some like serious arteries that you don't want to.
Yeah, I want that. But
That's like a 2-minute bleed out, but I'll do it. Cut it.
Yeah, yeah. This is this.
It's not going to be my problem tomorrow morning, mate. So
it's going to heal you, but I might not get through this.
It was cute that she thought she could heal him.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it just it just brings out the childness in both of them. She's 14, he's 8. Like, I've got special blood. She should know better, but I've got special blood. Let me pour my blood on your infection, and maybe it will do something. And it's like, wow, thanks. Will you stay up with me? She immediately falls asleep. Might as well flip him the bird. Immediately falls asleep.
She has got something that at the moment we don't know if anyone else has. Now, and she's just giving it away willy-nilly. I would have
monetized this. Yep.
First. And I'd be like, well, I've got like some crayons. And he'd be like, yeah, it's 2023, mate. It's a subscription-based service now. I need at least 5 crayons a month.
Yeah, reoccurring.
Reoccurring subscription. Thank you very much.
Very difficult to get out of. Only
just get your hand and just give it out your hands, people. Only hands.
5 crayons a month. If you want to go to the Patreon, that's going to cost you 1 can of paint. And I know you've got paint.
Lead-based only.
Lead-based paint. Thank you. And she apologises. Oh, sorry, I've jumped ahead.
You are a jumper. Do you know that? So they wake up. He's turned. This is a bit of a heartbreaking scene, I must say.
I thought their acting here was so fucking good. Yep. It was it was just it was a really touching scene.
He's attacking, and Joel goes to help Ellie, and then Henry shoots the floor near Joel, and Joel's like, "Dude, let me help her, let me help." It's yeah.
The one thing I would say here, like in terms of what I said about the relationship between Joel and Ellie, like I think that what happened with Henry, I think hopefully is going to be a bit of a silver lining and change my mind moving forward, because I think for the first time when Henry shot himself, like we saw, like I don't know about you guys, but that reaction from Ellie was the first actual like visceral emotion. Like, I was like, trauma, finally, in this world where I was like, up until now, it's just kind of been like, the occasional tear on the face, but kind of apart from that, laughing and giggling. But like, this was like a visceral kind of like, a really kind of, I thought her reaction was really good. It was like a visceral kind of like emotional reaction, kind of uncontrollable, kind of like, this kind of like sound came out, and she was like, I thought that was really good. And I'm kind of, when I saw that, I was like, finally, like a 14-year-old is finally being,
waking up to the world they're in, and like
actually responding to the world that they're seeing. I'm surprised that reaction didn't happen, sooner with everything they've already gone through. But I'm hoping now that they've broken that, or almost had that emotional icebreaker and that situation. I think that will kind of change the dynamic of the relationship, which will make it a bit kind of better between Joel and Ellie, just from a audience's point of view. Getting involved in their relationship.
I think the phrase is trauma bonded.
Trauma bonded. Yeah, I think I think from now on, that what I haven't been feeling between Joel and Ellie in terms of, I think it's going to take a good trajectory from here, hopefully. And I think this is the point in which things change.
It's only taken 5 episodes.
Yeah, I think that they I'm surprised they didn't reach this point sooner. Yeah. But I think it's, now that we've hit it, I think we'll start kind of really feeling the Joel and Ellie train, I think, here from now on.
So really, between the lines, Nathan, you're not happy. You're only happy when you see 14-year-old girls cry.
No. I was just.
You're not happy until you see them crying, self-loathing, hating themselves, upset, really miserable. That's when you're like, "Yep, I'm happy now."
I mean,
good guys.
Just respond to your surroundings. You know what I mean? It's just because you're just playing off really cool, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. So the emotional ice is broken, and they can start being real with each other. And I'm hoping that that's the case moving forward. So I'm thinking it will be like that thing that I've been missing with kind of getting invested in their relationship. I think hopefully that's going to change for the better.
More crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want
I
more
want
crying.
tears.
I want
I want
tears
more.
all the
I
time.
want more heinous shit. Yeah.
So then, yeah,
Oh,
Henry shoots Sam, and this actor's performance here is just absolutely incredible. Just like the shock of it, and the what have I done? What have I done? And Joel's like, "Give me the gun, man. It's okay. Just give me the gun." And the blood, the pool of blood just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Is Ellie still on the floor at this point? I would have maybe got up, maybe like moved away a little bit. Dude's got a gun, still pointing at people. It's for. Oh, and then he takes his own life. It's like, oh, mate, I would have done the same. God.
Like, I really, yeah. Even in the game, I was just like, I was really kind of hoping Joel got the gun off him, but you know, it had to be.
Yeah.
But one thing I did. I don't know if this is just bike related. This is why I'm saying this, but in the game, there was a bit more kind of like they started to break the ice with the conversation between Joel and Henry. Joel was telling Henry about how him and Tommy toured across the US they rented Harley Davidsons and they rode across the US, and Henry was like, oh wow, that's amazing, because I think Henry's fairly young, so I don't know how much of the real world he's experienced, if any. And then they were just kind of talking about that, and Henry saying how he like would love to do that sounds so cool. And then like that was the first conversation that they had that wasn't, this is our situation, let's be quiet or stuff like that. And then they went to bed, and then the next day, so there was just a start of a kind of a friendship there, maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that there was maybe just a bit more of a casual conversation.
Didn't they have that in the colourful tunnel bit? Wasn't that a conversation they had?
What was that about? Did I miss?
I can't remember what it was about because it's pointless and it's just ridiculous. You don't need friends in this world. But I'm pretty sure I thought that was them having their little catch up because the kids are playing. So I it's nice to see them smart. I haven't heard that noise.
Oh yeah,
that was them saying
directly about.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, man.
Go on, sir. Go on.
Like that was him just explaining himself, wasn't it? Like, I didn't actually, the reason why I'm, being hunted is this, and then that's when he kind of explained himself. So it was kind of like this is my situation, rather than just kind of casual kind of conversation that you would only have with someone who you were trying to be friendly with. And in the game they had that, and I think that was just an extra layer that made it more heartbreaking, because you're like, oh, he's not just someone who's going to tag along, it's someone, you've literally just seen the first spark of a kind of a friendship here, and then it's taken away immediately, where they didn't have that exactly here. I thought it was really well done. I just would love to see that in there as well, just to kind of complete the heartbreak that you got straight after.
But no, everyone you meet in Last of Us,
and they're really selling that point, and I understand it's the type of world that they're in, and yes, a lot of the same deaths happen in the game, but so far every duo we've come across, it's been like, I give these guys 45 minutes and then they're going to die. I give these guys half an hour, then they're going to die. So I understand that Ellie and Joel are special. They're our main characters, but it's just like, oh, God, just give them a break. Come on.
Just a bit more Perry, innit? That's all we ask.
Absolutely. I wanted a bit more Perry. I wanted to know all about him inside and out, and I got the inside part, definitely, as he got his head ripped off. So plenty of the inside of Perry, but... Oh God! So he gets shot, and they end up digging graves for him, which I thought was quite nice, because we all know it's quicker to burn them. So they could have burnt them.
Wasting energy, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Wasting energy to bury him. Like, you got to carry him down the stairs. They was also very clean from carrying down.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they dragged him by the feet, kept the head.
Bonk him down the head. They should have just put him in bed, opened a window, left a note. Easy.
Hang on, Drew. Wait, if we were in that world, how would you? Wait, if me or Matt died, how would you?
Nathan, no, you don't go down that rabbit hole. Do not go down there.
I'd have just left you.
Yep.
Oh my
Drew would
God.
never have shot us. He would have let me, if I was infected and biting you, he would have let me bit you. He would have closed the door, opened a window, left a note.
I didn't know that car was running as it goes down.
Perry, where are you?
Would you want to bury people? It's a waste of energy.
I mean, like, I would have if it was like I suppose they weren't really friends at that point, I guess. But I mean, Yeah, I suppose like, for like pseudo friends, at least at that
I'd
point,
bury
they
you,
hadn't
Nathan.
really. Yeah, I'd give you a
Thanks.
send off.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
I'd give
you.
you a little
Thanks.
ceremony with
The
it.
only way I'm burying either of you two is if you're still alive.
Jesus,
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
What happens in this world? Because the tendrils are underground. So what if you still become infected, even though you're dead?
Oh, what if we put a shovel into a fungus ley line or something?
Yeah, or what if the tendrils
Before you
then
know it.
infect you and go inside you, and then now you're dead but still running around? Oh, that'd be cool. Imagine if we come across Sam and Henry again later on in like another episode. And
Doesn't the fungus has to have a host though? And I assume.
Oh
they have
yeah,
to be
the host
alive.
would have been alive.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
Oh, they have to be alive,
stupid
didn't they?
theory,
Yeah.
Stupid theory. Sorry, guys.
Oh, damn it, Matt.
I'm sorry, guys. So
But yeah,
they pat down the soil. We've learned a lot about Drew. And Ellie writes, "I'm sorry" on Sam's Etch a Sketch.
What's she sorry for?
For not staying up with him. This
Well,
all
yeah,
could have been avoided if she stayed up with him.
yeah.
Sorry,
She
mate.
did say that she'd stay awake.
I buckled at the sleepover. Sorry, mate.
But then, to be fair, she also she's probably guilty for thinking that she could have saved him, or she tried to save him and failed.
But she couldn't.
Oh yeah, she knows.
She's not a
Oh,
scientist.
but she's a
a
child.
14-year-old
She's
girl.
getting the emotions through. Bless her heart.
Well, quick, mate.
It's what, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's just like, whether they're at fault or not, they'll feel guilty. I could have done more, or what I did didn't work. And even though the rationale is, well, it doesn't matter, you couldn't have done anything, that doesn't console them. They still feel guilty about.
You're both wrong. Do you know why she feels guilty? She feels guilty because she's got the cure and she can't pass it on. She feels guilty for surviving, getting bit. She survived.
Well,
but
there
other
you go.
people
You
aren't.
answered your own question.
She's sorry about. Yeah, exactly. But I gave you the chance, both of you, to be correct. You're both wrong, so I've had to correct you.
She feels guilty. She feels guilty because she put the gun in her jacket pocket and she was told to put it in the backpack.
She's saying sorry because she's stolen a backpack and given it to Joel. So she's saying sorry for that. Thanks for the backpack. Sorry, I'm taking this.
And what we didn't see, actually, because you never actually see Ellie write on the thing, that's actually Joel wrote, "I'm sorry for stealing."
Thanks for the backpack.
Thanks for the backpack. Thanks for the flashlight.
I miss you,
actually,
Perry.
no, like she's, yeah, surely Ellie's saying sorry because Henry said, he's your responsibility. Get him out of here, and she didn't do it safe. She didn't get him out of there safely.
Oh, she got him out of there.
By the car.
Yeah, but that contract was like null and void when Henry turned up. Like, if that was me, like, if you gave me your child, if you had a child and we was in a situation, you was like, Drew, take this kid, get her out of here, get her safe. And I ran and got around the corner, and then you turned up and you was alive, and I'd be like, here's your baby back. And you'd be like, no, it's your job now. I'll say to go, fuck yourself, mate. I ain't having that responsibility. It doesn't, you don't just pass on responsibility like that. You take that responsibility back. You're alive. Pull your shit together.
What do you
Fucking
mean?
put that burden on me.
Yeah, but Ellie didn't do that.
No, but you're saying, but Henry would have taken responsibility back over Sam, so she's got nothing to feel guilty
Yeah,
for.
of course. Yeah, but she didn't successfully run and get out of there.
Yeah, but they were safe because they were sitting there reading the comic book, and Henry was still there. That's not on Ellie. They should be sorry for that.
That's okay.
Unfortunately,
We'll agree to disagree
Drew
there.
set up the question and then answered it when we failed to. But yes, Ellie is sorry because she has the cure and couldn't help.
She wrote it down, Drew. We all saw it. She's sorry.
In your opinion,
You're like,
What a
sorry
way
is a
to end an
metaphor,
argument. Yeah, in your opinion. In your opinion.
In your opinion.
And that brings us to the end of episode 5, Endure and Survive. And then
Endure and Survive.
next episode 6, titled King, K-I-N, and it's another 59-minuter. And
so that's going to be them finding Tommy then if it's kin.
Yes, absolutely. Watch the trailer, all will be answered, but they jump straight to winter. There's horses, there's Tommy. It's all very quick, very fast, but expect a flashback.
Well, yeah, there will be a flashback, but episode 7 is going to be the big flashback.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like in the winter, that is like the hardest. Like the stuff they go through, like they're gonna have to up their survival game, because it's gonna get rough for both of them. So I'm really keen to see I'm really keen to see how it does, like how they do manage and evolve from that. But yeah, I really hope David's in this and they do the David arc, because that was
I
That was really
hope
good.
David is in it. I am worried about how they're going to do David's arc, I must say.
Yeah, because for them to do David's arc, that thing needs to happen to Joel.
Mhm.
So
They need to really...
because when that happened in the game, I was like,
yeah.
So I really hope they have that same thing, because that is such a good moment, and it really does, like, this is game on now. You really need to pull Ellie really comes into her own, and I think that really pushes her character to the next level. So I'm keen to see if I really hope they can't leave it out, surely.
There's no way that they can finish season 1 at the end of part 1 of the game. There's no way they can.
No, I agree with that. Absolutely, they've got to leave it on some form of a cliffhanger before the end of the game, because, like you say, there's no way they've surely got too much to squeeze in at this point. I
know where I would leave it.
Where would you
leave
season
it? 1? Well, we can't do it because it's potential spoilers.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I'm just wondering whether they'll skip like parts like the hydroelectric dam, just kind of skip that. Just have, a little bit in Jackson, and then kind of trade that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the university hospital, it's.
That's what I mean. You've got all.
Maybe they'll blend into one.
I mean, you've got the rabbit scene as well.
Oh, I hope we see the rabbit scene.
So I would end it. The cliffhanger would be the bit before the rabbit scene. We all know what happens.
Oh, really?
The rabbit scene. And then the opening of the next season would be the rabbit scene.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
I think so. They're going to have to fluff up the last few episodes because they made those changes in the first game. I suppose we'll talk about it in later episodes. But
we need to get to the end of the season, and then we can go.
We can go rogue. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. So yes, the next episode is episode 6, titled Kin, 59 minutes. Would you like to sum up this episode, Nathan, with one sentence?
I think this is a turning point where things get better, I think, and more intense.
Very nice. Drew, would you like to sum up this episode with one sentence?
I'm sorry we all had to hear that Nathan's only happy when he sees 14-year-old girls cry.
Thank you. I was going to do a public service announcement at the end of this, but no.
Why did I go first?
Yeah, thank you very much. My sentence would be, I'm still waiting on a "Geez, Joel" from Ellie. I am 5 episodes in. What's that?
I'm still waiting for clickers.
You got clickers this episode, mate.
Close up, though,
that's it. No, that's it. I think that's it for the rest. That's the rest now. That's all your clickers you're going to get for the rest of the season.
Oh, such a waste.
Absolutely. I hope you liked them. And
You're still waiting for a Geez Joel, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a Geez Joel. Geez Joel. That's all I'm waiting for, honestly. Then it's a 10 out of 10. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast as much as Nathan enjoys 14-year-olds crying, thank you for sticking around and listening. And if you have enjoyed yourself, please consider following, liking, and subscribing. You know exactly how to do this. I hope you take the time to join us again next week at 7:30 for our thoughts on episode 6, titled Kin, 59 minutes long. That'll be same time, same place, 7:30, twitch.tv/MatthiasPlayers, and then later to be uploaded on the same channel. Thank you very much, Nathan, for joining me this evening.
I'm glad Perry got.
Oh, damn! Same. That man was too handsome to be left alive. And
yeah, he was.
Thank you very much, Drew, for joining us. Would you like to wrap us up, please?
No, not that fucking comment, Nathan.
Alrighty, this may be the last of you, but it isn't the last of us. Thank you for listening. Done it, mate. Don't know that yet.
Oh, you're taking it from me.
I brought to the podcast. He's taking it away.
No, go on then. Go on. Come on.
No, you nailed it. No, go on.
It's going in. That's going in then. I'm stopping the recording. It's going in. No, it's done. It's done. It's done.